Namaste. And welcome to day 227 or 237 of my 1,000-day adventure, and another edition of Wakey with just Reiki. It's an interesting morning. All my mornings are interesting. Yesterday I put out a video which is, oh my gosh, I'm being blinded by these lights. Yesterday I put out a video saying that Sunday night I'm going to be sharing something around suicide prevention. It's going to be Yumaketo, and I'm going to announce the idea of the virtual temple. I don't know what happened. Making that video, it took me, I had to do the video 3 times. First time the vision or the camera focus was, it's totally off. Make sure this one's on. Yeah, it's on. And then other things. And then in editing, I kept having to re-edit it, or re-render it, which is what takes a long time. Finally got it up. Yeah, a lot of nervousness, because this is my baby. So I got it out, and what came of that is, people looked at it and saw it. No comments, one comment, a couple comments, and I have to understand that I'm hitting a delicate topic, and the way I'm approaching it, just with my energy, is going to be different, so I have to expect this, so it's all okay. The other thing came out of it is I had a conversation with a woman, and it was a really beautiful conversation in that it just flowed. Everything was just, it was wonderful. It was a dating conversation. It had gone really good. We were talking about Yumaketo and getting this idea out there, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that phone call, and I'm going to walk very delicately here. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, a lot of good things out of there. What came from that is, I realized a situation came up, and all of a sudden this morning, because it's all I could think about, I went into meditation, cleared my mind, and then boom, that's all I could think about. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, that one thing we talked about, that could from my perspective, that could very easily be solved because it's what I've done and what I've seen with Yumaketo. And I was like, wow. And then as much as I cleared my mind this morning, I kept thinking about that situation and how Yumaketo has worked in my life and got results in a way that, she would have been happy with. So, yeah, that was, I didn't see it. So it was just like one of hitting your forehead. And then there was many other things that came in, which is like, wow, I got such amazing gifts talking to that woman. And then I realized in the past week, I've talked to a couple other women, 2 of them from a dating website. And the first one was, we were a great match. I made a video about it, yet she brought up something. She had a red flag in her life, which to me is not a red flag, smoking pot. It's okay, I have to understand it. And she went her own way, yet she sends me back a text at the end, which was a beautiful gift. It was, you need to write a book on Yumaketo. I'm like, wow, I know I do, but thank you for the gift. And so I'm actually doing it right now. And then I'm talking to this other woman, and in a video, I made a comment how I've written her off because I didn't see we were in the same leagues. I labeled her. Yet as soon as I make that video, I went and I checked, and she wrote me back. And then I wrote back something else, and it was like, okay, let's see. And she writes back, and yet she includes some stuff, and I'm going, wow, this woman's amazing. But what she included in there was, oh, and I went online and started looking it up, and it's, okay, I'm going to do this. And I've heard of it, but I didn't really get it. It's the Tahoe Rim Trail, and it's a through hike, 170 miles. And because of this other woman, I got this gift, and so I'm looking now, and I'm going to do that hike as a prep for the Pacific Crest Trail. So I'm getting these amazing, beautiful gifts from these interactions with women. And what I thought of before that, or I can't remember before, because my meditation is a combination of, I wake up in the morning, I do some listening of audio to A Course in Miracles, and then I go into some stretching and stuff, which is my meditation, and then I go into my full-on practice, and it's all meditation. And even though I clear my mind, different things come up. And the one thing came up around Yumikido is this idea, and I was going, in nature, when two things come together, do they pass energy? And I got to realizing, yes, everything in nature lives on a law of cause and effect. You throw a rock into a lake and it creates a ripple. When an animal crosses paths with another, according to what kind of an animal is, they're going to pass in energy and they're going to react. If it's a lion and a bunny, the bunny's going to react because the energy of the Yumiki between them and a bunny's going to cause an effect. And with humans we have that, except we create the meanings and the labels of what that energy is. Yes, there's that natural. But the problem with intuition, we all have this intuition. The problem is we've created stuff around what that is. And our intuition isn't as pure as animals and the rock going into the stream. The rock, throw a pebble into a lake and it just does one thing. With humans, we should just do one thing when we meet another human, and that is smile. And just whatever we can for each other to make each other's path better, to make each other a better representation of what they are. That's what we should be doing. And the only way we can do that is if we release all of these labels. And so now coming back to this relationship stuff and meeting with women, the more I'm releasing labels, I could have just scoffed off that woman sending me that text. In fact, I did. I made a whole meaning around why she sent me that text. And then when I pulled back and said, no, what is just the text and the beautiful meaning? I was like, wow, write a book, Doug. And so that's what's happening now. Yes, this thing with this other woman, I'm going to contact her and, just mention to her about, hey, I think Yumikido can help you. I don't want it to seem like I'm coming off salesy, so I'm going to say, hey, I'll just give you whatever it is you need to make this happen. But that's where I am. I've jumped off the cliff. I'm searching for my wings as I take flight. And I'm going to take flight Sunday night when I share what I'm creating. I just hope it's not a sketchy along the ground as I take flight. So, that's it. It was just waking out. The Wakey and Reiki. I had that vaporizer for 15, 16 years. And those bags, they're made to bake in. And I've never had one break and do what it did this morning. And this morning I go to fill it up and it just wouldn't fill up. I'm going to have to look at the metaphor here. And it wouldn't fill up. And after I finally looked at it, there was a slice in it. So somehow it got a cut in it and stuff was leaking out. So I got to figure out in my life, what's the metaphor there? But yeah, it's also interesting. This is the first time I haven't been able to do Wakey Bakey with Reiki. I've been wondering if I should continue on with that. So I'm going to look at the message. It's kind of honestly, it's kind of a hassle bringing that all out here just for one or two hits. Okay, I'm going to look into that. There's a message everywhere. And with that, namaste.